when a drifting cowboy saves a fierce Apache girl from a wolf attack in the Arizona Territory of 1882. She claims him as hers by tribal custom, forcing two souls from different worlds to navigate love, loyalty, and the violent clash of cultures. Jack Morrison, 28, a weathered cowboy with haunted eyes, rides alone through the Arizona desert. He's running from his past, a failed ranch, a broken engagement, and the shame of losing everything. He carries only his horse, his rifle, and the weight of his failures. As sunset paints the sky red, Jack makes camp near a canyon. He hears screams echoing through the forest. Ayasha, 22, an Apache warrior's daughter, is surrounded by a pack of wolves. She's been hunting alone, separated from her tribe during a dust storm. Her bow is broken. Her knife is her only defense, and the alpha wolf circles closer. Jack doesn't hesitate. He fires shots to scatter the pack, but the alpha lunges at Ayasha. In a desperate move, Jack throws himself between them, wrestling the wolf with his bare hands. He finally drives his knife into the beast, saving Ayasha but taking deep claw wounds to his shoulder. Ayasha tends Jack's wounds with traditional Apache medicine. She studies him with fierce, intelligent eyes. When Jack tries to leave, she blocks his path. "You saved my life. By my people's law, you are now mine. I claim you." Jack thinks she's joking. She's not. Ayasha explains, among her people, when someone saves your life, a sacred bond is formed. The debt can only be repaid through loyalty and protection. Until she saves his life in return or he releases her from the debt, she belongs to his path, and he to hers. Jack protests. He's a drifter, not looking for company. But Ayasha is determined, proud, and absolutely serious. She will follow him, whether he wants it or not. What begins as awkward tension slowly transforms. Ayasha is nothing like the women Jack knew back east. She's an expert tracker, a skilled fighter, and speaks 4 languages. She challenges every assumption he has about savages and civilization. Jack learns about her world, her tribe's forced relocation, the broken treaties, the constant threat from both the U.S. Army and rival tribes. Ayasha learns about his world, the loneliness of white settlers, the corruption of frontier towns, the empty promises of the American dream. They banter. They argue. They save each other from various dangers, a rattlesnake, a corrupt sheriff, a sandstorm. With each rescue, the debt becomes more complicated. Who owes whom? They arrive in Silver Creek, the town Jack was heading toward. He planned to work on a ranch, earn enough to start over somewhere else. But Silver Creek is a powder keg. Tensions between the Apache and white settlers are reaching a breaking point after a series of violent incidents on both sides. Jack gets hired by Sarah Brennan, a strong-willed widow who runs a horse ranch. Sarah is immediately interested in Jack and suspicious of Ayasha. The town wants Ayasha gone. They see her as a threat, a spy, or worse. Jack faces a choice: send Ayasha away to protect himself, or stand by her and become an outcast. He chooses to stand by her, claiming she's his guide and translator. Working together on the ranch, Jack and Ayasha's connection deepens. She teaches him Apache wisdom about horses, about the land, about seeing beyond surface differences. He shares his dreams of building something lasting, something honorable. One night, under the stars, Ayasha reveals her truth. She was supposed to marry a warrior from her tribe, a match arranged for political alliance. But she ran during the ceremony, unable to face a loveless future. The hunting trip where Jack found her was her escape. Jack reveals his truth. He was engaged to a merchant's daughter back in St. Louis. But when his ranch failed, she left him for a wealthier man. He's been running from that shame ever since. "Maybe we're both running," Ayasha says. "Maybe we should stop," Jack replies. They kiss, a moment of genuine connection bridging 2 worlds. Ayasha's rejected fiancé, Dakota, a proud Apache warrior, tracks her to Silver Creek with a small war party. He demands she return, threatening violence if the white settlers interfere. He sees Jack as a kidnapper who has dishonored her. Simultaneously, the town's militia, led by the hot-headed Deputy Cole, wants to use this as an excuse to attack the Apache camp and drive them from the territory permanently. Jack and Ayasha are caught in the middle, Both sides see them as traitors. The two groups prepare for battle. Jack tries to negotiate peace, but neither side will listen. Dakota challenges Jack to single combat for Ayasha. If Jack wins, she's free. If Dakota wins, he takes her back, and the settlers leave the Apache alone. Ayasha refuses. I am not a prize to be won. I choose my own path. But violence erupts anyway. In the chaos, Deputy Cole tries to assassinate Dakota to start a full war. Ayasha sees the shot and throws herself in front of Dakota, not to save him, but to prevent the war that would destroy both peoples. Jack sees her fall and loses all reason, fighting through both sides to reach her. Ayasha is badly wounded but alive. In that moment, Jack realizes she saved his life again. Not his physical life, but the life he was building, the man he was becoming. Without her, he would have remained a drifter, running forever. And in saving Dakota, she saved Jack from becoming a killer, from being consumed by a war not his own. Jack holds her, tells her the debt is paid. She owes him nothing. She's free. Ayasha, bleeding but fierce. Fool. I never stayed because of a debt. I stayed because I chose you. And I still do. Ayasha survives. Her sacrifice forces both sides to recognize the humanity in each other. Dakota, humbled, releases his claim and returns to his tribe with a message of peace, fragile but real. The town remains divided, but Sarah Brennan and a few others help Jack and Ayasha stay. They face prejudice, threats, and hardship, but they face it together. 1 year later, Jack and Ayasha have built a small ranch on the border between Apache land and settler territory. It becomes a neutral meeting ground, a place where both cultures can trade and talk. They're married now, in both an Apache ceremony and a frontier justice of the peace. Their home is a blend of both worlds. Apache crafts alongside frontier furniture, 2 languages, 2 ways of seeing. Jack voiceover. She said I was hers. Turns out she was right. But not because of some debt or law. Because when you find someone who sees you, really sees you, you don't run anymore. Ayasha voiceover in Apache, subtitled, He saved me from wolves. I saved him from loneliness. We saved each other from being alone. They ride together across the desert, 2 silhouettes against the setting sun, no longer running from their pasts, but riding toward their future.